Hello everyone, and in this video we're going to explore all the full mark analysis, context and quotations you will need when exploring the character Lady Macbeth. Now we're not going to waste your time here, we're going to give you exactly what you need so you can go away and produce full mark work. So here is all the context that you'll need for any Macbeth piece of work. What you need to make sure you're doing is taking out the relevant bits of context that link to your analysis. Again, remember, you're always going to get lower marks if you just lump in context randomly. So select exactly what you need to fit the quotation you are using. So let's look at some of these key quotations. Again, feel free to pause at any point. Go back and pause the context if you wish. I'm not going to be running through these in any huge amounts of detail, but what I will do is identify some key things you can explore. Look, the innocent flower be the serpent under it. Obviously, this simile exposes Lady Macbeth's evil nature. She's persuading her husband here. This, to a Christocentric or Jacobean audience, would make her appear villainous anyway, because obviously then she is manipulating her husband in what is a patriarchal society at the time. It also links to original sin, the idea of the Garden of Eden. Excuse me. And we've also got the idea of look, but be. So you've got the comparison there between the two, the idea of innocence and villainy. Yet do I fear thy nature is too full of the milk of human kindness. It's a really interesting quote. So the motif of the white and black and milk here being a metaphor for anything that's nurturing and life-giving. Remember, she asks the evil spirits to turn her milk to gall, turn her milk to poison. So what I find interesting about this quote here is I'd actually argue she's being a dutiful wife. She sells her soul to the evil spirits because she knows she has to do it because her husband is too kind, too good a person, which kind of flips the notion of her being evil. We have the idea of full as well, suggesting how good linking to tragic conventions a husband is. Then we have the quote, unsex me here. Link also the part where it says, fill me from the crown to the toe. She wants to be completely villainous, completely evil. And obviously that highlights the villainy that the character demonstrates. The quote across the top, I think, is a really, really important one, which is full of great analysis. We have the fact that the baby is male, which makes it even more heinous because essentially she's killing a potential king. We also have her completely rejecting the idea of her being the nurturing mother, going back to her selling her soul to Satan again. We also the violent verb dashed also helps to indicate just how violent and villainous Lady Macbeth has now become. My hands are your colour, but I wear ashamed to wear a heart so white. Again, the exclamatory sentence here highlights the control she has over her husband. Also there, once again, is the motif, the idea of white. We also have this idea, once again, of the fact that at this point in the scene, her husband, who is completely breaking down, appearing to be innocent, she is the opposite. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What is done is done. Again, where is the guilt? Where is the notion of regrets that we see? Well, we do see that, don't we? In Act 5, Scene 1, where she becomes a sleepwalking mess, essentially. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. So it's interesting use of rhyming couplets here. Again, this links are very much with the notion of the witches. Someone argues she's the fourth witch because obviously she's using the same kind of rhythmic pattern. This iambic pentameter that she's using here is similar to the way in which the witches discuss. So again, linking her to the idea of all things demonology-wise in terms of our context. Here's a smell of the blood still, all the perfumes of Arabia. This goes back, both these last two quotes go back to the idea of the notion of her guilt now catching up. So contextually, is this God punishing her, or is this just her guilt? Both those quotations are exclamatory. She seems now to be angry, lost, losing control. Remember, this isn't a soliloquy. This is her speaking aloud and other characters can hear her. So the fact that she's now speaking aloud rather than it being a soliloquy, once again highlights the loss of control the character now feels as a result of her sinful actions. So thank you. Go back, pause whatever you need, keep revising.